As Rizal's legacy lives on, his nationalism and patriotism remain symbolic. Good day, we will be discussing today the topic, Jose Rizal, anti or pro-revolution, his stance in the revolution, and how it may affect the Filipinos and the Philippines in his own words. Jose Rizal's anti-revolutionary stance should be saluted because it culminated in a peaceful revolution that led to the Philippines' independence. Jose Rizal indeed objected the emergence of a revolution, stating that he didn't establish the association nor be any part of it. Rizal's love for his motherland is unparalleled. By sparking the hearts of the Filipinos through his novels, he exposed the social injustices caused by the tyrannous Spaniards. As the leader and founder of the La Liga Filipina and La Solidaridad, his goal was to educate the Filipino people and raise their voices. A peaceful change is what Jose Rizal truly wanted, which he initially started through reading materials. His choice of medium to convey helpful information made him a wanted man due to controversial topics seen in his books. The Spaniards perceived it as insulting as they were displayed as corrupt, cruel, and unjust.
For the first supporting evidence, Rizal refused to accept a violent revolution. Instead, he wanted a peaceful revolution at the time against the Spanish. It is because Rizal wanted to reach his dreams first and become successful. As we all know, Rizal has plenty of dreams, just like becoming a doctor to cure his own mother's eye. Rizal would rather have a peaceful revolution until he accomplishes his dreams. Rizal does not want his dreams to be destroyed simply because of a reckless revolution of the Philippines against the Spanish. Rizal then repudiated the revolution during that time. Rizal even praised the ties uniting Spain and the Philippines for the past 3 centuries. The second one is Rizal was also afraid that his dreams could be destroyed by nations with imperialistic ambitions after gaining the independence from the Spanish. Some imperialistic nations during that time are the United States of America, Japan, and more. Imperialistic nations are countries that can dominate other countries to extend their power, territories, and such. Rizal would rather be under the Spanish for the meantime than gaining independence and then be dominated by imperialistic countries. Rizal was afraid that the Philippines couldn't stand on its own without another country guarding it. Rizal basically wanted a peaceful revolution for himself and the Filipinos to somehow be safe and to reach his goals first during that time.
Rizal vehemently opposed Katipunan's plan for violent revolution because he believed that violence should not be allowed to triumph. He stressed that the Katipunan leader should do everything to prevent bloodshed. Another reason is because he thought that good reforms must originate from higher officials of the Spaniards. Rizal opposed the bloody revolution because the country was not prepared for it. His objection to the plan was based on 2 factors: the people's lack of readiness and the shortage of resources and weapons. He also added that an uprising would only be considered if the country has the necessary resources. Because he had been humanitarian and reformer, the American colonial government declared Rizal as the most important national hero. His anti-revolutionary position was further highlighted by the Katipunan's revolution plot. Rizal countered by ordering them to cease the movement, for it was arranged without his knowledge or authorization. Through this, Rizal unintentionally underestimated it as shaky, irregular, and uncertain. That led to his belief that violence should not prevail in a bloody battlefield to gain our freedom. Rizal was a major opponent of the Philippine Revolution rather than a leader of it, as he directed us to our liberation.
To oppose the thesis statement, Jose Rizal was recognized as honorary president of Katipunan. It's the reason why the people below had the courage to fight because of his work, No Limitangere and El Filibusterismo. Rizal was the skeleton of Katipunan that Andres Bonifacio established. 2 books that Rizal published is the reason that the Spaniard is ruthless to the Filipinos at that time. Rizal started the silent revolution in his own way by applying his talent. Because of his work about Spaniards ruling, he was exiled to Dapitan. In that punishment, he took this opportunity to build a school for Filipinos and apply his profession. Jose Rizal was not totally against the revolution, but he does not want to take part in an uncertain decision. At that time, they did not have any weapons for them to fight the Spaniards. The revolution that Rizal wanted was prepared and he had a chance to win. In 1892, when the Katipunan founded, Rizal was in the Dapitan at that time. He was busy utilizing his profession. He found out that his older brother Pasiano was part of it. Rizal did not interfere in this revolution because all of them wanted to commit a freedom.
Contrary to the thesis statement, Rizal's true intention is to really start a revolution. Though he's initially anti, his last word says otherwise. It was said to be, "Mi ultimo adios," saying, dying for one country is just patriotic. Together with his death, Rizal sparked the Philippine Revolution. In the research of Piedad Pugay 2012, Rizal's writings and novels are the roots for the commencement of Filipinos to be united and be involved in the revolution. Herewith, the involvement of Rizal proves that he has a direct relationship for the start of the revolution. In conclusion, Rizal's utilization of pen and paper rather than sword reflects his anti-revolutionary stance. His method sparked a light in everyone and ignited their sense of nationalism. His ultimate goal is to create a peaceful revolution for the Philippines. Despite Rizal's indecisiveness, whether pro or anti-revolution, we can't deny that without someone like Rizal, a hero that contributed so much in the Philippines, we wouldn't have the independence we have today. We are Group 4, Bandal, Galliguez, Genelza, Gumiran, and Vasquez. Thank you very much.